This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
It's Staycation Destinations on Family Life. On today's trip, we watch people take to the air with the greatest of ease and zero jet fuel. Each week, all summer long, we map out unique opportunities for you to discover somewhere unique in Pennsylvania or New York.
Hi, I'm Traff Doherty. I'm the director of the National Soaring Museum here in Elmira on Harris Hill.
There are airplane museums. There's an Air and Space Museum in D.C., but what is unique about the Soaring Museum? It's a much quieter way to fly.
It certainly is. I used to do a lot of flying back in the 60s and 70s, thousands of hours. So it's like a small airplane, but quieter. And when you're in the sailplane, you're descending through the air, but you're not aware of it. Sailplanes are designed to soar on the air currents, to remain aloft. That's what soaring is, staying aloft on the air currents for extended periods of time. By air currents, I mean rising warm air off a hot plowed field, or winds being blown up a ridge by the ridge being in the way of the wind. We have a large collection of them here, a primary example being a World War II cargo glider that they used at Normandy, D-Day, and so on, to ferry men and materials into the combat zone. A very, very hairy process, but we have one here on display, and it's a testament to the very brave men that flew in them during the war.
This coming week, you are having a very special event. It's the Vintage Sailplane Meet. What will be happening starting on Saturday? The
Vintage Sailplane Meet is just that. People bring their gliders and sailplanes from all around the United States, and in cases Europe, here for a week to fly them on Harris Hill and repeatedly. So it's a wonderful spectator sport. You sit here and you watch these fantastic old gliders going up and being towed up. They fly around. They land in front of you. It's great fun.
How many planes come in? How large of geography do you bring people in for this sailplane meet?
As far as the contest is concerned, we're expecting about 25 for this event, which is a nice number for Harris Hill, space-wise. Room to park the sailplanes and also room to take them off and for them to land. It's kind of like an aircraft carrier in that respect. You have to have everything put where it needs to be.
So what do people need to know about how to visit, where to park? What does it take to take part in being there, whether it's the weekends or the weekdays?
There's no gate to come through, anything. It's a free admission. You park your car. It's a fairly large area to park. The activities will start late morning and proceed through the afternoon. It's a nice day. You'll be sure to see something from 10 or 11 o'clock on. Harris Hill itself is an 1,800-foot long, fairly level space, which is God's gift back in 1934 when they opened it. So used to flying off little hills here and there. But here's a space you actually can use a car to tow a glider off or whatever. You have the space to do it. It's a fun thing to visit. Harris Hill itself is a beautiful thing to visit. They have lovely picnic areas up here and playgrounds for the kids and so on. If you've never been up to Harris Hill, check it out sometime.
We're talking with Traff Doherty, who directs the National Soaring Museum at Elmira. Let's zoom back in on the museum itself. You have been involved in aviation for a long time. What are some of your favorite parts of the museum, the exhibits and the things that really make you go, wow, I'm so glad we have this here?
This museum is designed to be a museum, this building, which means it's set up beautifully, the way the light comes in and shines on the sailplanes and on display and so on. But we have under one roof, our oldest sailplane is an 1896 version. It dates from 1896 up through the 1980s. But we cover the age of soaring when it's in its developmental stages in Elmira, dating to 1930 when soaring first came here. The National Glider Association was interested in finding a good place or a suitable place for national contests. And they wanted the topography to match that of Germany, where winds blew up every ridges. I've mentioned ridge soaring before, but winds from any direction would find a ridge around Elmira that they would soar on because it was facing into the winds. We have a collection of sailplanes that are historic to the sport, significant to the sport, unlike any other museum. We're very, very fortunate to have the collection we have.
Let's talk with the variety of visitors that come in. I can see people who are retirees or a church group. I could see folks who are really into aviation, current or former pilots like you, families with teenagers or young kids. What is it that's a unique experience when they come to the National Soaring Museum for those various audiences?
It's a chance to get up close and personal with something they may never have seen before. It really explains how Elmira became the soaring capital and a brief history on soaring, how it developed in this country. They walk out of here with a knowledge they would not have gained anywhere else, practically, I think.
Well, we appreciate you giving us a tour. Traff Doherty is the director of the National Soaring Museum at Harris Hill at Elmira. You should also know about the Vintage Sailplane Meet that runs Saturday through Saturday, July 6th through the 13th. I'm Greg Gillespie. Buckle up and enjoy your journeys.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.